Sir Elton, brilliant to see you as always. I love the way that you work and this way that you were doing this album, which seems like, the lyrics come over from Bernie. You don't look at you in the studio. Just talk me through that process.
It's more or less been Bernie will send me the lyrics, or I won't look at them, but he'll send me the lyrics. I don't look at them till I go into the studio. In fact, this time he just brought the lyrics to the studio. There are 24 songs up there. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to write anything to his music, but that's the challenge every time. I go through the lyrics and I find a lyric I want to start with that I think is a good starting point. But it's an extraordinary thing. I don't really tell him what to write. I just ask him to write joyous lyrics. I don't tell my band what to play. They know me. It's an instinctive thing. We've all been together for so long that they know what I want. You have a lyric on a page, so you look at it and a movie happens. I don't know why it works, Ross, and I've never tried to analyze it. But it's worked for 49 years, and the excitement is exactly the same as it was when I first started writing with him. That, at 68 years of age, soon to be 69, is still really important to me, that I have that kind of enthusiasm and fervor. We played 5 the other night. I don't know how many will settle into the set. New songs usually means an exodus to the toilet from people. And everyone will tell you that from Mick Jagger downwards.
It seems like you are more youthful than ever.
When you've done over 3,000 shows and you've done, there's a lot of mileage on my fingers and my voice. To be improving at this age is a huge bonus.
Do you find now that you live more in the moment, in the present than ever?
I've never been one to look back on stuff and to be nostalgic. I'm always about what's going to happen today and tomorrow. What can I create next? What can I do next? You're in a situation where you've made so many records where you know that you're not going to sell very many records because your records don't get played on the radio very much anymore. And you have to, I've accepted that years ago. But having said that, Rod's album did so well in England, and we've been emailing each other all the time, and he was absolutely devastated that Elvis, of all people, kept him off #1. But it's still on, but it's gone platinum in less than like 7 weeks, and so it proves that there's a market for people like us creaky old things. Yeah.
But when you're on stage, because have you always loved that fact of having that little bit of a barrier with the piano?
No, not really. It stops. It's a big plank, and I said, people like Bowie and Mark Bolan and Rod Stewart and Mick Jagger and Freddie Mercury, even though they were within bands, they had the freedom to walk about.
What was the very first song that you ever sang? I mean, as a kid.
It must have been a hymn.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had a piano. My grandmother, I grew up and was born in my grandmother's house in Pinner, and there was always a piano.
And when the piano was there, was it something you were just always drawn to?
Yeah, because my Auntie Wynne played a bit, and it was just there, and so I played by ear. I picked up on things on the radio, or played on the record. We always were collecting records. All my family collected records. I remember my mum coming home with Heartbreak Hotel by Elvis Presley. There are only so many chords and so many notes that you can play, but you find new things. I mean, it's extraordinary. I mean, there are only so many notes that you can write songs from, and people are still writing different songs. I think it's the way you write songs.
The best news, I think, is looking to the future. Every time I read it, there's no thoughts of retiring.
No. I mean, I do want to stop schlepping. I do. That's the hardest thing, because when you're touring, I was in the Far East before Christmas in Australia, which I had a ball, but I was away from my boys, and it's hard. And I'm going to stop traveling as much. And there will come a time when I don't travel at all, and I'll just do isolated residences somewhere. Because, it is about them. And if you don't stop, then what's the point of having children?
Would you say that this is the happiest you've ever been?
Oh, absolutely. I came very late in the day with children. I wish I'd have done it earlier, but we didn't, because I'd love to have a little girl. I would love to have a little girl. But we've got 2 great boys, and we're so grateful for that, and they make our life all worthwhile. It's all about them.
Are you often tempted to write songs for the boys?
We wrote a song on the album for the boys. And it's a song called Children's Song. It's a beautiful song. But at the end of the day, we did 14 songs, of which 10 ended up on the album. And it didn't quite fit what the gist of the album was. It would have slowed it down. I'm not putting any pressure on them to do anything. They're not going to become showbiz kids. Now they're all about Thunderbirds. They're Thunderbirds mad. It was Star Wars and Thunderbirds. and they know that we love them, and they know I sing. And they like Zachary, when we take him to school in the morning, likes to hear the radio. So his favourite song at the moment is Hotline Bling, and he loved Uptown Funk. They just listen to their music. It's their music. It's not my music now. It's their music.
It's been brilliant to see you. Congratulations on everything.
Thanks very much.
Thank you so much.